Hello viewers, I am A. Hasina Bibi, Assistant Professor, Computer Science and Engineering Department, Rohini College of Engineering and Technology. This is the video presentation for the subject Database Management Systems, and we can see the topic Transaction Recovery from 3rd unit. The objectives of studying this topic is to understand the transaction recovery concepts and to analyze the transaction recovery algorithm. First, let us see about the transaction recovery. The recovery algorithms are there, which is to ensure the database consistency and transaction atomicity and durability despite failures. So, recovery can be achieved by using the log records. This is called as log-based recovery. The log is a sequence of records maintained by the system. The log of each transaction is maintained in some stable storage so that if any failure occurs, then it can be recovered from there. If any operation is performed on the database, then it will be recorded in the log. So all the transaction operations and the details will be recorded periodically in the log. But the process of storing the logs should be done before the actual transaction is applied in the database. So when the system is crashed, then the system consults the log to find which transactions need to be undone and which needs to be redone. If the log contains the record TA start and TA commit, then the transaction needs to be redone. If the log contains TN start but does not contain either the record TA commit or TA abort, then the transaction TI needs to be undone. Next, we shall see the recovery algorithm. Recovery algorithms are techniques to ensure database consistency and necessary properties. The algorithms have two parts. First one is the algorithm will take the necessary actions during the normal transaction processing to ensure enough information exists to recover from the failures. Second one is actions taken after a failure to recover the database contents to a state that ensures atomicity, consistency and durability. Next, let us see one example. One transaction is starting, begin transaction, and the transaction is accessing the account with the account number 1001 and it doing some updation on the account balance. For example, it is detecting some amount 100 rupees from the previous balance and it is updating the balance. After that, error checking is there. If any error occurs due to any kind of failure, then the control goes to the undo loop. Then when we check out the undo loop, here the transaction, the rollback operation will be performed on the transaction. Also, the transaction is doing another one operation. It is accessing the account with the account number 1002 and it is updating the balance. It is adding some 100 rupees to the previous balance and updating the balance. Here also the error checking is available. If any error occurred, then go to undo loop. Again, in the undo loop, if any kind of failures occurs, the transaction will be forced for a rollback operation. And if no failures or no error occurs, then the commit will be executed for the transaction. The transaction will be permanently updated or committed into the database. Then the transaction will go to the finished state. Requirement for recovery. So to recover from failures, the transaction can be protected after failure. It requires some necessary situations like only implicit rollback is needed, message handling is needed, and the recovery log is needed to recover from the failure. Then the statement atomicity, the atomic statements are needed to perform the recovery, and transaction should not be involved in a nested transactions. So these are all the requirements needed for the transaction to recover after the failure. So actually for the transaction recovery, the database updates are kept in buffer in main memory and they are not physically written to the disk until it is decided for commit. So the recovery is needed after local failures, global failures, or system failure. Local failure means it affects only the transaction which the failure has actually occurred. Global failure means which affect all the transaction in progress at the time of failure. System failure means which do not physically damage the database. For example, power shutdown or media failure, but it causes damage to the power failure will not cause damage to the database, but the media failure cause the damage to the database. Example, head crash, Aries. Next, recovery using checkpoints. Checkpoint is another one mechanism. Here, the problem with maintaining the record log record is keeping and maintaining the logs in real time and in real environment may fill out all the memory space available in the system. As time passes, the log file may grow too big to be handled at all. The checkpoint is a type of mechanism where all previous logs are removed from the system and permanently stored in the storage disk. It is like a checkpoint is like a bookmark. While the execution of the transaction, such checkpoints are marked and the transaction is executed, then using the steps of the transaction, the log files will be created. So when it reaches to the checkpoint, the transaction will be updated into the database, and till that point, the entire log file will be removed from the file. Then the log file is updated with the new step of transaction till next checkpoint and so on. So the checkpoint is used to declare a point before which the DBMS was in the consistent state and all the transactions were committed. Next we shall see one algorithm, ARIS algorithm. ARIS is the short form of Algorithm for Recovery and Isolation Exploiting Semantics. This algorithm is used to recover the transactions. It do three passes. First one is analysis pass, second one is redo pass, third one is undo pass. In the analysis pass, it will determines what are all the transactions have to be maintained in the redo list and what are the transactions have to be maintained in the undo list. That is, the actual meaning is which transactions have to be redo and which other transactions have to be undo. That will be analyzed in the first pass. After that, in the redo pass, it will redo all the transactions which are decided for the redo operation. That is, all the transactions present in the redo list will be redone. And in the undo pass, it will take all the transactions in the undo list and all those transactions will be rollbacks. And now we can see one example. There are some transactions are there, T1 to T5, and the checkpoint is constructed at some time instant TC. After that time instant, at time instant TF, the failure occurs in the system. So the algorithm will check what are all the transactions are actually affected and what are all the transactions can be redo. So it will create the undo list and redo list. So the system failure occurs at the time TF and most recent checkpoint prior to the time TF was taken at the time TC. So the algorithm start with two lists of transactions, the undo and the redo list. And the algorithm search forward through the log starting from the checkpoint. If begin transaction log record is found for one particular transaction T, then it will add the transaction T to the undo list. If commit log record is found for one particular transaction T, then add this transaction T to the redo list. So when the end of the log record is reached, the undo and the redo list is identified. So in this example, undo list having the transactions like T2 and T3 and the redo list having the transactions like T4 and T5. Now let us see the possible university questions. Only one possible question is, discuss the transaction recovery algorithm. So we have to explain the algorithm with some set of transaction examples, and we have to tell about the which are all the transactions have to be undo, rollbacks, and which transactions have to be redo, have to perform the redo operations. So thank you all.